So my name is Dr. Elizabeth Harris, and I work as a general practitioner presently at the Corral Medical Center. And my passion is putting prevention in primary care. So that's what I was talking about, and how we can do that to make our healthcare system sustainable.
And what brings you along here today?
What brings me along? I got an email about this conference. I don't even know where from. Somebody sent it to me, and I thought it would be a great place to be able to share this idea and see what other people thought.
In your talk, at the end, you gave a plea to people to get in touch with you. What was that? What's your quest?
My quest is really to find support. So the concept that I talked about during the talk is going to need a lot of support and people to be involved, both funding and general practitioners to trial the program in their practices. And often somebody knows somebody who's actually got either time or passion or money and can look at this and say, this is absolutely what we need, and put some oomph behind it and make it happen. Yep.
Sure. My name is Joe Good. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, just over at Canterbury doing a master's in stormwater management, specifically rain gardens.
And how are you finding the conference?
The conference is great so far. Really nice to see so many people with such a passion. Most of it is outside of their niche job market and doing things just on their own time or their own money, or, basically anything they can.
Do you find it valuable crossing the different disciplines like this?
Absolutely. You look out there, and I'm used to solely listening to engineers, which is just numbers and graphs and stuff like that. And that conference today and yesterday hasn't been just numbers and graphs. It's a lot of passion for all sorts of things presented in a variety of ways.
How has it made you feel?
Oh, it's good. I want to get out and kind of do something. Yeah, especially as an international, I love video conferencing. It keeps me in touch with people back home, so this is like an extension from more of a professional practice, which is excellent.
Will you go back home? Are you just here for your studies, and will you return home?
Most likely I'll return home. Still somewhat debatable, but I'm here for another year and a bit. So.
Do you see the connections you make here going back home with you and forming an international network?
Sure, absolutely. That's why everybody travels. It's the people you meet and the things you pick up that you wouldn't otherwise. Despite all the technology, sometimes you have to be in a place to experience the full culture and everything.
Okay, well, the concept that we've got is that primary prevention, which is lifestyle, diet, exercise, stress management, and sleep, basically, amongst other things. There's fantastic research for that, making a difference in health. And as doctors, we like to call ourselves evidence-based. And even though there's evidence for this, we're not actually doing it, because in our present time structures, we don't have time. We've got an idea that we treat people when they've got symptoms. So people come to the doctor when they've got a symptom, which effectively leaves us no time to be addressing their lifestyle issues. So we need to put lifestyle in primary practice, and the question is how we do that without affecting the time structures. Recently, the government funded a $2 million project to get a gambling intervention into New Zealand. And there was no uptake because they designed it in such a way that the GP had to ask the questions about whether gambling was a problem for the person, and the GPs just didn't want to take the time. So the beauty of this design is that it constructs a program that would allow the assessment and intervention on lifestyle factors with very little time input by the GP, and yet placing it in the general practice context. In other words, validating it as a really important feature of health. So,
any other comments you'd like to make?
Just that it's a fantastic conference, and that I've learnt a heap. Seeing other people, and it is actually really inspiring. A little bit scary when you hear the information, but it's great to see people doing stuff like this, and particularly with a focus on the positive side of things. That's very empowering and a much better way to approach it than just providing the information without the solutions.